This video, produced by the Warren County, Ohio Telecom Department, will walk you through the Minitor V pager. How many times have you been sitting around the fire station, maybe reading the latest issue of Safety Net, when the tone drops? Keeping your cool, you head to your equipment, suit up, clear your mind, and climb aboard your apparatus. Then it hits you. All these questions. What was the address? How many victims? Which units were called out? In the excitement of the call, you did not catch the house system shout that information. Good news is, your Minitor V has all the answers. Let's walk through the big features of this small tool that all fire and EMS personnel should have. Why should you have it? The Minitor V alerts you when your station is being dispatched on a run. This is extremely helpful when you're not at the fire station to hear the house system. The 4 settings, A through D, all vary slightly in sound vibration and when they actually go off. There's even a playback button which will replay dispatch's message to you. So starting at the top, you have the on-off switch, which also controls volume. Turn clockwise until it clicks to power on. You should hear a beep. Continue turning clockwise to increase the speaker volume. In contrast, turning counterclockwise will lower the volume and turn off your Minitor pager. Another way to know your Minitor is functioning correctly is if both amber and red LEDs light up and an alert tone sounds when you turn it on. If you start to hear a pulsing sound and your red LED flashes, this means you're running low on battery. If your function switch is on vibrate only, there won't be an audible alert. Your Minitor comes with a charging bay, so have this in a place where you'll routinely be to charge. Let's get into the function switches A through D. Note that A's function is not the same for every station. The chiefs choose how they want their template laid out. Union Township may choose to have theirs different from Clear Creek, but it does help telecom for training purposes if every agency is similar. The different functions are monitor, off-duty, and on-duty, with 3 different alert methods: an audible tone, a tone plus vibrate, and a vibrate only. In addition to the incidents that fire EMS pagers are activated for, battalion pagers are programmed differently for battalion calls. So let's get into the different functions you can set your Minitor V to. First is monitor. Most Warren County agencies monitor in position A. When switched to monitor, all voice communications, both from dispatch and others who key up on fire primary, is heard through your speaker. This is the least filtered mode for you to be in, as you hear runs for everyone. It's a lot like scanning fire primary on your portable or mobile radio. Next is the off-duty function, used when you are quote-unquote not on the clock, but still a responder. The alert type is usually tone plus vibrate, so you will hear it and feel it. Unlike monitor mode, you are not going to hear all tone drops on fire primary. It will only be fire calls for your agency and battalion if you carry that pager. The final function is on duty, which normally takes up 2 letters on your dial, with one only vibrating, often called church mode for when you're in a quiet place, and the other both audibly toning and vibrating. The tones you will receive when in on-duty position include fire and EMS calls for your agency, and battalion if you carry the battalion pager. Some agencies do not distinguish between the on-duty and the off-duty features, so check with your administrator to figure out how your pager is set up. The reset button is located on the top corner near your A through D dial, and it actually has 4 functions. First, you can silence an incoming message when in off or on-duty mode. So if you're in a place where the noise is a nuisance, press the reset button, get to somewhere quiet, then replay the message. Note that you can never silence monitor mode, as the purpose of it is to hear everything. The second use for the reset button is checking your battery life. At any point that your pager is quiet, you can press this button and your battery lights on the top of your pager will light up to the level that your battery has power. Third, you can use this button while in playback mode to stop the message mid-sentence. We'll get into playback more in a minute. Finally, when not in monitor mode, you can hold down the reset button to play any current traffic happening on fire primary. It's like having selective monitor mode without having to carry your radio. The playback button is mounted on the top of your function switch. Pressing this will replay as many recent dispatches that fit into the pager's 8-minute recording limit. Remember the opening scenario in this video where the firefighters were in such a hurry they didn't hear the address? Hitting this button once will play the most recent dispatch. Press it again during the same dispatch and your pager will jump to the previous message. If you let the whole message play out, your pager will automatically jump to the previous dispatch, but you'll have to wait the full record time, which could be anywhere from 30 to 60 seconds, depending on how long your chief chose to capture each dispatch. And remember, to stop playing a dispatched message, press the reset button on the corner of your pager. If you have a blinking red light on the face of your pager, this means you have a saved, unheard message, so you should click your playback button to hear it. The battery can be tricky to remove as the locking latch often gets stuck. First, release the battery lock by pulling it away from the battery. You may need a flat-headed screwdriver. Once released, simply slide the battery out the bottom. Then reverse this action to put the battery back in. If you flip to the bottom of your pager, you'll see a headphone jack that is often used for when you're in a loud area where you might not hear the speaker, or a quiet place where you still need to hear the dispatches. So there you have a quick run-through of the Minitor V features. For more information, please contact the Telecom Radio Division at 513-695-HELP, option 5, or email a help ticket to help@wcoh.net.